Hey, Alex, I wanted to leave you some feedback on your film review. Um, so I think Coraline seems like a good choice for this paper. Um, I was pausing because I was thinking about I was trying to determine where your paragraphs begin and end. Something odd is going on with your formatting here. Make sure that your paragraphs are. It looks like they might be centered. Make sure that you are left aligning your paragraphs right, so they should be in line with your heading here, and that you are indeed indenting your paragraphs, because it makes it difficult to determine, especially in this front area where your paragraphs are. So I think that you have so you've got some background information here. Upon revision, I recommend aiming for providing a hook, right, that would get the reader invested in your discussion. Because while this information is interesting, we're kind of dropped into just receiving information about the film without without really understanding where you're going to take it. So perhaps starting with the idea that you mentioned later on that it's considered claymation. You don't ever say this directly, but I'm pretty sure that Coraline was a graphic novel, and Neil Gaiman, he's in the canon for graphic novels. So perhaps some kind of background information on claymation films, on Gaiman himself. Is this the first adaptation? Right? Something to give us an anchor to kind of know where you're going with the discussion. So you've got some summary plots in here, summary points in here. I think that they're good, but I'll tell you what, they feel a little disorganized. So I got a little lost in here because you seem to jump between they're moving to the parents ignoring her because of the seed catalog, to the accident, back to the dad ignoring, back to the movie. Does that make sense? So it's like you're jumping back and forth and back and forth. And so, as your reader, it was difficult for me to follow. Consider how you can organize these ideas more clearly, right? So, the move, the accident, the lack of attention because of the seed catalog, right? Think about how you can organize those ideas more clearly. Because essentially, I think what you're saying is these are all the problems that Coraline as a character is facing. And any young child, right, would experience anxiety from those experiences. Moving always causes anxiety for everyone, but especially in kids. Not getting enough attention and love and care from your parents, right? A lot of anxiety, and the idea that she and her mother experienced this traumatic event, and something else that would cause anxiety. So just think about how you can organize those ideas more clearly. I can't quite determine where your thesis is. So you make a point about the movie doing a good job in creating a sense of horror that is not plainly in sight. You possibly could uh, use this as a thesis, but this needs some revision in that a very good job doesn't capture your criteria for analysis. So I think what's missing really is a clear thesis, right? So you have some points of criteria here, but I don't quite understand your main point of analysis yet. So remember, attempt to answer in your introduction, what is the film trying to do, and how well does it succeed in what it tries to do? So I kind of think you're hinting at it here, but note that this is too broad for the reader to really understand your position. Um, I like the fact that you're bringing in, you're hinting at other themes, but I wish that this was developed more. So perhaps, uh, why do you, so think about expanding this by, what do the reviews specifically say? Do they seem to align with what you're saying? And why do you believe the film was well reviewed? Why might people find this movie childish, and do you disagree? Right. So there's some interesting points in this final paragraph, but they kind of feel like separate ideas that aren't yet coming together to serve one central idea. Yeah. So I think the main thing missing at this point is a clear thesis, and I think that once that is presented, I think you'll have a stronger anchor here for your analysis. So let me know if you have any questions. Okay, thanks.